What's going on, everybody? It's me, the Legend of Beast. It's Brawlerz 16 here, and I'm not exactly sure how to go about this video today, mainly because things like this don't generally happen to me too often, if at all, really. But today I thought I'd just, first of all, let's talk about the gameplay. I did beat this guy by 100 points. Technically, I beat him by 98, the official score, because Lou Hudson did a finger roll at 0.1 second, but his long-ass fingernail was still on the ball, I guess. So the final score was 117 to 19. But I didn't count that basket. That basket should have counted, so I'm saying I beat him by 100 points. But what's important is how this guy reacted to me beating him. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at the messages, and just a small disclaimer, if you're under 18, please click off this video. It gets very, very explicit. There's some images that you guys should not be looking at. It gets bad. So let's go ahead and get into it. So the guy messages me. He says, "You dropped all that money on my team. I think I'm the real winner." You are definitely not. Not if you're down by that many points in the third quarter. But I just, politely tell him I'm a YouTuber, ain't nothing to a boss, Antonio Brown. And, that's true because, all the money that I spent on my team came basically from you guys viewing my videos, clicking, liking, disliking, commenting, sharing, whatever you guys do. You guys really helped me put together this team. So I'm not really tripping in terms of financial status. In fact, you can say I'm splashing almost. But moving on. So I politely remind this guy that he has more points than he does actual followers, and the guy, I guess, doesn't like that, so he posts his name down below, and I'm asking who the fuck is that. He's asking if I'm mad, do I want to shout out? I'm telling him no, I'm looking at the score. Then he plays the "You Spit Your Mom's" card on my team card. Wow. I haven't heard that one before. In fact, that's like everyone's go-to response every time I whip their ass with this awesome team that you guys built. But moving on from that, I proceed to call his 94 Iverson some trash because he was some poop with it, and he says he got it for free, and then I tell him because that's all he could afford. So he continues to roast my shit by saying you paid, which I think he meant to say spent, but we'll forgive him. He said you paid money on a video game. Think about that. I respond to him, then he calls me a dumb fuck, tells me to save up and do something with my life, which I am. I'm in college, and I'm playing video games, making money. He proceeds to talk about my mother, saying it's pathetic that she gave me life, and I politely remind him that it's pathetic to be down 41 in the third quarter. In any game mode, that shit's pathetic, bro. So then, he says, "I'll regret this when my mom passes away," and I say, "You'll regret this when your 23 followers see it." Then he says, "Good night, bro, I'm sorry," and I proceed to say, "I know you are, that's why I'm winning." Then he says he posts real life stuff and that I should try it out, and I politely remind him, because, I am a kid apparently, that this is real life. This is a real kid being a grown-ass man with no thumbs. Then he sends me this. Out of the fucking blue. What in the actual fuck? This nigga's feet look like fucking potato wedges, bro. This is disgusting. Like, why would you do this on PlayStation? I thought he was a troll. He sent me his Instagram and everything. I thought this guy was trolling, but he's serious. He calls this shit aesthetics. This is real life shit. This shit disgusting, bro. He looks like a boiled fucking chicken nugget. I cannot believe anybody would actually do this over a PlayStation. Then, of course, he says your mom wouldn't think so. Like, I haven't heard that one before. And I say, you're right. She said you were an abomination of God's green earth. Like, what the fuck? I'd be your new daddy. This nigga be arrested for public indecency. This is disgusting. What if I was an actual kid? Then, of course, he says he disliked all my videos, blah, 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 blah. I guess he's under the impression that dislikes actually bother me and hurt me. They really don't, guys. I'm just appreciative of the views. I proceed to call this guy a bleached turd because he does kind of look like that lumpy turd that you have to force out every once in a while after a Chinese buffet. Then he says I actually get pussy that I wish I looked like him. And upon closer inspection, guys, I can 110% confirm I really wish I do not look like this guy. This looks like the type of guy that wouldn't bring your daughter home in one piece. Like, this guy looks like he's not to be trusted around women at all. So, of course, I had to throw a little jab back at him. I had to tell him that he looks like the type of person who wouldn't take no for an answer. And then he just thanks me out of nowhere. So I have to explain the joke because it's obvious, that he didn't get it. I told him it was a rapist joke, but he didn't get it, much like he doesn't get consensual sex. Which, of course, he has to say that he gets pussy on command, which basically confirms the fact that he's probably, not the nicest guy in bed. But he tells me to look at him. And I told him I didn't want to look at him. He looks disgusting, probably smells like dookie water, yada, yada, yada. And then he says any girl that I date would probably leave me for him, which is probably true. They probably feared that he'd beat them like I beat him in 2K by 98 points. Had to gently remind them there. But that's basically it, guys. This was a wild conversation. Definitely one of a kind. I don't think I've ever had a guy quite like this, message me before, but it was extremely funny, so I thought I'd just share with you guys. So thank you guys for watching this video. Like, comment, subscribe if you liked this video, found it funny, dislike if you did not, and peace.